Hey, peace family, Michelle here from Supersfarm. So it's an early morning work today and I'm really super excited about it. I've been looking forward to today all week because I haven't been feeling the best, but I knew that I would be feeling at least well enough today to do some planting. So let me turn the camera around here. This was my garlic drying rack and we ran through, I would say all of it, all of the garlic. I mean, pretty much, obviously not all of it. There's still a few up here and on the, random racks or whatever. That just didn't look like anything to me. I've got a handful here in my hands. But what I'm gonna do is just plant these because look, they started sprouting. So I'm like, well, maybe their second life will do better, but if not, I didn't really lose anything. So I'm gonna just put these in the ground and see what they do. I have these up here. I think these are rot. There's one that has a little green, so I'll just kind of pick through these and see if any do have any growth. I'm gonna plant them again. They're pretty decent sized cloves. So this is the bed that I planted garlic in last year. It was all of this bed, most of that one down there, and then, oh man, that bed fell apart. Interesting. That's not fun. It's probably from the snow load. This whole garden was full of snow. I should have took pictures. Little boy, out the garden. Yeah, it's a mess in here. That papaya that I never picked became too heavy for the tree that was rotting. I got a nice little mess over there that's going in the compost. But anyway, got some cleanup to do. This was my garlic bed. I obviously left one in here. I did come through and plant just some random ones that I found, kind of like what I was showing you earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these planted. I have is an old mallet handle and it works really good to make little planting holes. So all I do is just find a place that looks like I haven't already stuck something in there, and then I just punch a little hole. He wants to be my garden buddy so bad. But I don't want to be his garden buddy. So yeah, just punch a little hole, and oh look, there's one right there. So punch a little hole in the earth. Garlic didn't have to be terribly deep. Obviously you want it deep enough to put the set in, and then I just cover it up like that. Leave the little, the little green part out of the ground. Put her in, cover her up. Excuse me for the sniffles. I'm getting over some type of crud that I got. I think I played in the snow too long. It was super beautiful, guys. I couldn't help it. I was out here taking selfies. All right, so here is the bed that has rotted, basically. I kind of feared it would do this, especially because we used a lot of reclaimed wood, like the connector pieces. And of course, the most affordable wood that we could afford 3 years ago, was that 3 years ago, 2021, 22, 23, 24, I guess 4 years ago, was the fence pickets. And they've held up for 4 years, pretty much. We had a few pieces that broke down a little bit sooner, but for the most part, the beds have held up. That one over there was the first one that gave us problems, and Super did replace the top board. But for the most part, they're holding up pretty well. I knew in the back of my mind that this day would come. And so I have been thinking about what it is I want to do. Oh, got a lot of cleanup in this garden, but today was mainly for the in-ground garden. So I'm not going to get caught up in here just yet. There's a lot of stuff sleeping. I have a lot of perennials, and I don't want to mess around with it too much and take out something that I don't want to take out. So these two best buds here that are not supposed to be in my garden, but they're so sweet together. Carlos, the cat that adopted me, she just showed up one day and was like, okay, you're mine. I have an audience watching my husband do his thing with these dogs. These are some giant dogs. These are Cane Corsos. Anybody interested, hit me up. They're 6 months now. But it's much later in the day. I wound up cooking breakfast for the family, and then we watched a movie, and that was that. My daughter had me watching Rebel Ridge, which is a movie that has the new Mufasa in it. And I'm not a suspenseful kind of movie girl. That's not my thing. Now, ironically, I like dystopian, not so much fantasy, but I like sort of those, like, I guess that's the best way to put it, dystopian kind of futuristic movies where like in an alternate universe type thing. I don't like suspense because my nerves are bad and I need to know. Let's get to the point. And the whole point of that movie, sorry if you haven't seen it, is about police corruption. Corruption within, the political system, namely the police department was the face of the corruption. Of course, it probably went well beyond that, which I get it. That could be definitely synonymous with, some parallels in the real world. Definitely, I get it, but it's just not my thing. So anyway, I rinse these trays out, and then we're gonna go into the shed. Hey family, all right, we are back in the shed finally, and we're gonna start some seeds. So in case anyone is wondering, yes, I do know my shirt is on inside out. I turned it inside out. My daughter works at this company. When she, I don't know how they rotate the shirts or whatever, but whenever she no longer wears it, her mama goes and gets some t-shirts so I can, do what I need to do around here. But they pay her. They don't pay me. If you want to pay me, this company, give me a call. Anyway, so let me get my seeds. I will share with you guys what we're going to be seeding today. All right, guys, so we are going to start our celery seeds, and I have the strictly medicinal celery, the giant red celery. I think I tried to start these, but obviously I wasn't very successful. However, I was very successful in just the regular tall Utah improved celery. And so we're gonna start both of those. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and start some leeks as well. Now I have my onion bin here because I recently read, or I think I was watching a video that they said onion seeds lose germination really quickly, and I knew I had all these seeds, and I'm like, well, maybe I should just go ahead and just go for what I know and just start them all, because I know that it's been a couple years, maybe a few years, since I've purchased onion seeds, like this 2021. So I'm a seed hoarder. I am a seed hoarder. So I just like to look at them. Don't y'all like to look at them? So we're gonna get those going, and let me grab my envelopes. I'm watching this guy. This is Aston CEO, and if you're aspiring YouTuber, I recommend him because he's really good at talking the business of YouTube, and it's important because while we like to share our passions and the things that we're just naturally gifted at, that God has gifted us with, it is also keen to be aware that God gives us those things for a reason, and it's okay to think of your gifts as also the opportunity for you to earn a living doing those things. And like I said, I turned 45. I'm taking my boots off. My feet hurt. As I said, I turned 45 this year, and I never thought of it that way. I never thought of like the things that I enjoy and that I'm even blessed at doing are God's planting a seed in me for me to water and grow for everyone else to enjoy and me also to benefit from. I just never thought of it like that. You know, they don't teach that in school. Our parents didn't really teach us that because, you know, they had a whole different experience. So, yeah. Aston CEO, he pulls a lot from just practical, everyday, common sense way of thinking about business, and especially the business of YouTube. And he's using right now, just so happened that, remember I told you I saw that whiteboard with the iPad and the iPen? Yeah, he's using it. And I was like, that is so cool. I might have to share some screen time with my sketch pad. So anyway, I'm using my envelope system. The envelope system, just a quick recap. I got these envelopes from the Big W store, and they are color coded to whichever type of crop that I have growing, or the seeds that I want to grow for this particular season. And my herbs are this green color, and my fruity vegetables are this kind of like bluish color. So for the herbs, I have, of course, my butterfly pea flower. That's gotta go in there, and some stevia. So we'll get those going today. And then for my fruity vegetables, I mostly have like my brassicas. I know I have broccoli, Brussels sprouts. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna do cauliflower. I didn't put any cauliflower in there this year. Excuse me. So I really want to focus on the things that have done really, really well, or the things that I know I need to develop, like I need to improve on. And so the broccoli has done really well. The celery has done really well. And of course, the butterfly pea flower has done really well. So, excuse me, I'm going to start those seeds. I still have this pack of seed starting mix, so we're just going to use this. I'm going to turn Mr. Aston back on if you guys want to just watch me work.
It is not passive income. Do not think that you are getting in this game and signing up to receive passive income. It is not the case at all.
decided to sow those celery seeds kind of heavy as well in 5 different cells. And I realized that I'm starting those celery seeds for my climate later than I should. But we'll just see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I mean, they're planted now, whatever. I really harvest the celery for the celery leaves. I dehydrate the stalks, and I use those in the kitchen for my cooking. But the leaves, I dehydrate and I make a tea with this. And celery leaf tea is surprisingly refreshing. Fresh, homegrown celery leaf. Oh my gosh, guys. It's amazing. This smells like, oh my gosh, I wish it was like a smell-o-vision. That smells so good. Actually, I think I'm gonna make me a cup of this now with maybe some mint. Ooh, that sounds good. I've been really loving honeybush lately, but I think I might do me a cup of celery leaf tea. So I'm gonna warm up my kettle. So this is one of the things that I sell. I sell cute little teacups and saucers, and this one was for sale, but I noticed I somehow chipped it right there. I chipped it, so then it was like, oh, I'm gonna have to keep this one. Oh. Give it a little wipe out. Excuse me. Oh, this little crud I have is giving me the blues. I was feeling better. I was feeling so much better. And I don't know what happened. I think I'm just trying to do too much too soon. And my body is like, homegirl. Bring it down. Bring it down, son. So I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of the celery leaf. You know, it's pretty, it's got a pretty strong flavor. So, you don't really need a lot. And of course the mint. I'm gonna go with mint. I'm thinking I also have moringa that I've harvested off of the farm, and of course the blue butterfly pea flower that I harvested. This makes a really good tea. Really good tea. I want all the teas. I want to drink all the teas. Do I want to add a little moringa? I had moringa tea yesterday. I'll put you back for now, dear. Did I bring? I think I have a little. I have some stevia here, harvested from my garden. I'll just put just a little leaf in there. To me, that's stevia. If you use too much of that stuff, it can be kind of off-putting. To me, it's too strong. Yeah, here's the peppermint, and we'll just add just a little bit because peppermint is very overpowering. She a bully, y'all. And And what I do when I use the whole leaves like that is just let the tea really just kind of steep and release all of its wonderful constituents, and then I will take the leaves out and enjoy my tea. So I dropped some thing here. All right, so I had a little bit of the seed starting mix from last season. It was covered underneath my work area out there near the in-ground garden, but I'm going to just boil it. I've never done this before, but I've also never kept my soil for the next season. I always use it all up and then I just start fresh. But I don't want to waste it. It's a decent amount. It was this black container here is what I had outside, and it was all of that plus this here. So I went ahead and just poured some boiling water over this, because I don't know if anything went in there and, like, you know, bed down for the winter or whatever. And I don't want to, you know, I start my seeds indoors, so I don't want to potentially be bringing little buggies inside of the shed here. So I added some boiling water to try to kill any eggs or any bacteria or fungus, I guess, if anything has set up in here. So I'm just gonna let this cool down, and then we'll get to planting. So just wanted to point out that I'm only doing this because, like I said, this is my seed starting mix, and the soil has been outside, or the seed starting mix has been outside. A few years, maybe last year, year before last, I saw someone online do this and they tore her apart. They tore her apart. And it was mainly because she boiled her, I think it was compost, mushroom compost maybe. It was something that she didn't realize she was also going to be killing the beneficial microbes that were in her soil. So I want to point out that I'm only boiling the seed starting mix because there shouldn't be anything in the seed starting mix, beneficial or unbeneficial, because it should be sterile. It should be just inactive, like neutral. So if there is something beneficial in there, I just killed it. And I'm okay with that because this is seed starting mix. Your seeds don't need anything added to the soil. They have everything they need within them. So if you are using any other kind of soil besides seed starting mix that has something that could be beneficial to your plants, you might want to reconsider whether or not you boil that to try to kill any eggs or larvae or like I said, bacteria or fungus or anything like that. So just a little note.